Tonight, as the world grows quiet and the lights fade around you, something sacred begins to happen. You're not just preparing to sleep. You're entering a space where heaven touches your heart. In this silence, God is closer than you think, breathing peace into your weary soul. You may have carried many burdens today, but tonight you are safe in His presence. So, take a deep breath and allow this moment to become your sanctuary of stillness and divine peace. Maybe your heart feels heavy, weighed down by worries that no one else sees. Maybe you've been praying for an answer that hasn't come yet. But I want to remind you, God hears every whisper of your heart. Even when it seems silent, He's already moving behind the scenes, making a way for you. This prayer tonight is your gentle reminder. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. Imagine a small candle flickering in the dark, its flame fragile yet steady. That's your faith tonight. It may not be blazing, but it's still alive. God doesn't need a mountain of belief to work a miracle, just a spark of trust. Even now, that small flame is enough to invite His light into your life. Let that image stay with you as we begin this time of prayer and reflection. As you close your eyes, picture the stars above you, each one placed by His hand. The same God who shaped galaxies also watches over your every heartbeat. There is no pain too deep, no problem too tangled for Him to untie. He holds the answers you've been searching for, even when you can't see the path ahead. So tonight, we rest not because everything is solved, but because we trust the One who never sleeps. Father, tonight we come before You with open hearts. We surrender every anxious thought, every sleepless worry, and every silent tear. We ask You to cover us with Your peace that surpasses understanding. Let Your presence fill this room, soft, steady, and strong. Remind us that no matter how dark the night feels, Your light still shines. There's a quiet miracle happening right now, not outside of you, but within you. As you release control, peace begins to flow like a gentle river through your soul. That's the power of surrender. The moment you let go, God begins to lift you. You may not feel the change yet, but it's already unfolding beneath the surface. Every breath you take is proof He's still sustaining you, still working, still faithful. So, tonight, as you rest in this presence, let this truth echo in your spirit. God will make a way, even here, even now, even in the dark. Don't rush the moment. Let the peace settle deep into your heart. This is only the beginning of what He wants to reveal tonight. In the stillness, miracles are already taking shape. There's something sacred about the silence of the night, when the noise fades and the world slows down. Heaven seems to draw closer. In this stillness, God begins to whisper truths that can't be heard in the rush of the day. He speaks softly, not to your ears, but to your heart. And tonight, that gentle voice is calling you to rest, to trust, to simply be still. This silence isn't empty. It's full of divine presence. It's where your spirit finds peace and your faith begins to breathe again. Sometimes God doesn't answer with words, but with peace that settles in your soul. It's a peace that says, you don't have to understand everything. Just trust me. Let that peace fill you now as you breathe. In slowly and release every fear. Every heartbeat is a reminder. You are alive because He wills it so. Each inhale carries new mercy. Each exhale releases yesterday's weight. You don't have to fight tonight. This is a moment to surrender. Let the Holy Spirit move through the silence, untangling every anxious thought. Even when nothing seems to move, God is working in the unseen. Remember, even Jesus withdrew to quiet places to pray. He understood that silence is not a void, it's an invitation to encounter the Father, to hear His guidance, to feel His love. So as you lie here, let your silence become prayer. Not in words, but in stillness, where trust replaces worry. Sometimes, peace doesn't come as a loud miracle. It arrives like a whisper. It doesn't demand attention, but it transforms everything it touches. Let the calm of this moment wash over you like a warm blanket of grace. God is here, right now, closer than your next breath. You don't have to search for Him. He's already beside you. This silence has power. It's not the absence of sound. It's the presence of God. In the quiet, He's rebuilding your strength, renewing your hope, and restoring your spirit. Don't rush through this moment. Linger in it. Let it shape you, fill you, and prepare you for what comes next. Because from the stillness, miracles are born. As the night deepens, the silence becomes holy. It's here that faith grows quietly, roots digging deep in unseen soil. You may not see it, but something beautiful is unfolding in your soul. This peace you feel is not temporary. It's the beginning of transformation. And soon, as we move forward, you'll begin to feel the gentle voice of faith rising again. Faith has a sound, not loud, but steady. It's the quiet conviction that says, even now, God is with me. It's the voice that rises when fear tries to drown your hope. Tonight, that voice inside you is being rekindled by the Spirit. It whispers through the darkness, "Do not be afraid, I am here." You might not feel strong right now, but that's where faith begins. Faith doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It grows in impossible places. Like a seed under the soil, it pushes through the dark, reaching for light. And just like that seed, your faith is about to break through the surface. Hold on. What feels buried will soon bloom into something new. Faith doesn't deny the storm. It trusts the one who calms it. Even when the waves rise and the night seems endless, faith keeps its eyes on Jesus. It doesn't ask how. It simply says, I believe. Tonight, as you rest, let that belief settle deep into your heart. Because when faith awakens, fear loses its power. Remember the story of the Israelites at the Red Sea. Trapped, afraid, surrounded. But in that impossible place, God made a way. He didn't remove the sea. He parted it. That's what He's doing for you. Not removing the challenge, but opening a path through it. Your miracle may not look like what you expected, but it's already unfolding. Faith speaks even when the evidence is missing. It says, I trust you, Lord, even when I don't see the outcome. That's not blind hope. That's holy confidence. Confidence that the same God who began a good work in you will finish it. So tonight, choose faith over fear, even if your voice trembles when you say it. Every time you choose faith, heaven moves. Angels stand guard. Peace begins to stir, and the impossible starts to shift. Faith activates what fear tries to block. So as you breathe in, imagine faith filling your lungs like light. And as you exhale, release every doubt that has tried to hold you back. The voice of faith doesn't shout, it sings softly through the night. It reminds you that tomorrow's sunrise is already on its way. It tells your soul, rest now. God has not forgotten you. That quiet assurance is all you need to drift into peace. Because the next chapter of this prayer will show you how God turns waiting into miracles. Miracles often begin in the quietest moments, not in lightning, not in noise, but in faith. God's power rarely announces itself. It unfolds softly, like dawn after a long night. Maybe you've been praying for something that seems impossible. But what feels impossible to you is completely possible for Him. The promise of miracles isn't far away. It's already resting over your life tonight. Sometimes God allows delays to build deeper faith. What looks like silence is actually divine preparation. He's aligning people, timing, and opportunities you cannot yet see. You may think He's late, but He's right on time, His time. Miracles don't happen when you demand them. They arrive when you're ready to receive. Think of Abraham waiting for his promised son, or Moses standing before the sea. Each faced moments where faith had to stand taller than fear. They didn't see the full picture, but they trusted the promise. That same faith lives in you tonight. God is not done writing your story. The next line holds your miracle. Miracles aren't always dramatic. Sometimes they're disguised as peace, a healed heart, a calm mind, the strength to keep going. These two are miracles. Every sunrise after a storm is proof that God still works wonders. You don't have to chase miracles. Just stay close to the miracle worker. His presence is the greatest miracle of all. Right now, something is shifting, not outside, but inside you. Faith stirring, hope is rising, fear is losing ground. That's how miracles begin, quietly, like seeds beneath the soil. They break open where no one sees and grow toward the light of God's promise. Hold on to that truth. Your breakthrough may already be in motion. When you pray tonight, don't beg, believe. Speak life over the places that feel dry and hopeless. Declare that healing, restoration, and provision are already on the way. Heaven responds to faith, not fear, and every word spoken in faith becomes a seed for tomorrow's miracle. So let your heart rest in this: God will make a way. Even when you can't see how, He's already parting the waters ahead. Miracles aren't random, they're reminders of His faithfulness. Stay in this peace, stay in this presence, stay in this promise, because next we'll enter into the prayer of surrender, where faith meets release. There's a holy freedom in letting go. When you release what you cannot fix, heaven begins to move on your behalf. You've carried that weight long enough. Tonight is your moment to lay it down and rest in His hands. Say these words softly in your heart: God, I surrender it all to you. Your worries, your pain, your unanswered prayers, all of it. The hands that shaped the universe can surely handle your life. You were never meant to carry this alone. Surrender is the bridge between exhaustion and peace. Even Jesus, in His darkest hour, whispered, "Not my will, but yours be done." That's the essence of faith, trusting even when you don't understand. It's okay to not have the answers. God isn't asking for perfection, just trust. When you let go, you make space for His grace to flow freely. And in that space, peace takes root. Picture yourself standing by a river, watching your worries drift away. Each fear, each burden carried by the current of His mercy. You don't have to chase them, just watch them disappear downstream. The water glimmers with light, and in it, your reflection begins to heal. That's what surrender feels like: release, renewal, and rest. When you surrender, you're not losing control, you're gaining clarity. The fog begins to lift, and peace becomes your compass. You realize that God's plans were never meant to harm you. Even detours and delays have been part of His divine direction. Every closed door was protection. Every "not yet" was preparation. Let your heart say it again. I trust you, Lord. Say it slowly. Say it until your body begins to unclench, your breath steadies, your spirit quiets. That's the moment peace enters, not by force, but by faith. The more you release, the lighter you become. And in that lightness, you find rest, real, holy, healing rest. As you surrender tonight, you make room for the miraculous. You trade striving for stillness, fear for faith, control for comfort in His will. This is where transformation begins in trust. Because up next, in the next part of this night prayer, we will step into restoration and renewal, where God begins to rebuild what was broken. When the heart surrenders, healing begins to flow. It doesn't rush, it doesn't demand, it simply moves like gentle light over old wounds. You might not even realize how much God has already restored within you. Every tear that fell was not forgotten. It watered the soil of new beginnings. Tonight, as peace settles in, renewal quietly starts to bloom. Restoration doesn't mean returning to who you were. It means becoming who you were meant to be. God isn't just repairing broken pieces. He's reshaping them into something stronger, more beautiful. Every scar becomes a testimony. Every struggle becomes strength. You are not the same person who began this day. Grace has already changed you. And that's the quiet miracle happening right now beneath your breath. Take a deep breath and feel life returning to you. That breath itself is proof of His mercy, new, fresh, and undeserved. The weight that once felt unbearable is now beginning to lift, because God never restores halfway. He restores completely. He rebuilds not just what was lost, but what was meant to grow from the loss. Imagine a garden after the rain, the air still, the earth refreshed, the flowers glistening with drops of hope. That's your soul tonight. The storm may have passed, but it left behind nourishment. Your roots are deeper now, your spirit more resilient. God didn't let the rain destroy you. He used it to grow something divine in you. What once felt like breaking was actually planting. God's renewal doesn't just touch the heart. It reaches your mind, your body, your purpose. He renews your thoughts, washing away the lies that whispered you can't. He restores your energy, so you can wake tomorrow with peace instead of panic. He gives you new vision to see not just what you've lost, but what's ahead. And what's ahead is brighter than you imagine. Tonight, every breath you take is a declaration of renewal. The past no longer defines you. It refines you. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being rewritten by grace. Where there was sorrow, there will be joy. Where there was fear, there will be faith. Where there was darkness, there will be light. So rest now in this truth. God is restoring you fully tenderly and completely. He's turning your exhaustion into peace, your questions into trust, your waiting into wisdom. The night is no longer heavy. It's holy, because every breath of renewal tonight prepares you for tomorrow's blessing. And as we move forward, we step gently into the final prayer, the blessing of tomorrow. As the night deepens and your body rests, heaven leans close to bless you. This is the moment where all striving ceases, where God whispers, "You are mine, and I am with you." Every worry that once felt so heavy has now met the peace of His presence. You are not forgotten, not unseen. Tonight, you are held in the arms of perfect love. God's blessing doesn't wait for morning. It begins right now. Each heartbeat says, "You're still here for a reason." Tomorrow is not something to fear. It's something to look forward to. As you prepare to rest, remember this: God never leaves unfinished what He begins. The same hand that carried you through today will guide you into tomorrow. You don't have to know what's coming. You only need to trust who's coming with you. He goes before you, behind you, and within you. So sleep tonight in perfect peace, for your future is already secure in His promise. In the quiet hours before dawn, heaven is already arranging blessings for your next day. New strength, new opportunities, new light, all waiting for you at sunrise. You don't have to chase it. It will find you, because grace always does. Every prayer whispered tonight is a seed, and tomorrow it begins to bloom. That's how God works, silently, faithfully, beautifully. So let this be your final prayer tonight. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for peace that guards my heart. As I close my eyes, I rest in your promise that tomorrow is in your hands. Let your favor surround me, your light guide me, and your love renew me. And with that prayer, the night becomes holy, a resting place for miracles. Now, let gratitude fill the last moments before sleep. Whisper, "Thank you for the breath in your lungs, the hope in your heart, and the peace in your soul." And when you wake, it will be gratitude that ushers you into a brighter day. God is already there, waiting with open arms and new mercies. Before you drift into sleep, let this message stay in your heart. God will make a way, even in the dark, even in the waiting, even tonight. If this prayer touched you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs peace tonight. Subscribe for more nightly prayers and join this growing circle of faith where we end every day in God's presence. Now, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and rest, for tomorrow's miracle has already begun.